Hi, welcome to CMMC Automation. On this channel, we share with you tips on how to automate your CMMC compliance efforts using ChatGPT to save your company considerable time and resources. My name is Derek Phillips. I am the president and founder of Aspire Cyber. We specialize in helping small defense contractors prepare for their CMMC assessments. Also, I am a certified CMMC assessor and instructor. Let's get to the content. Today I'll be showing you how to automate the compliance activities for AC.L2-3.1.8 limit unsuccessful logon attempts. For this practice, we want to ensure that you have configuration for automatic lockout. So you're trying to prevent potential malicious activity if someone's attempting to perform a brute force attack on your systems, or they're continuing trying to put in the username and password, just guess as many as possible until they get it right. Then yeah, you want to limit that. Or if someone's attempting a denial of service attack where they're continuing to ping your systems, trying to overwhelm them, if you have automatic lockout, that can be an option to help mitigate that attack. So as users are logging on to their systems, let's say if it's a non-malicious attempt where someone just forgets their username and password, they log in 3 times and they're locked out, then they have to call the IT help desk, or maybe they have to wait 15 or 30 minutes, depending on whatever your configuration is for your lockout policy, before they can log in again. So you want to have at least some type of technical, logical control in place to ensure that someone doesn't just get unlimited attempts to log into your systems. Make sure those unsuccessful logon attempts, we want to limit them. Let's hop over to ChatGPT and get the guidance we need to satisfy this practice and the corresponding to assessment objectives. Start off with our staple initial prompt, letting ChatGPT know exactly what we're expecting in terms of responses. With those administrative and technical solutions, want guidance for how to satisfy each practice and assessment objective. Let's provide ChatGPT with that context. So the more context you provide ChatGPT, the more specific guidance, then hey, you'll get better output. So for ACL2-3.1.8, we limit unsuccessful logon attempts. Think about if you're trying to hit a half-court shot in basketball. If you get just unlimited attempts, you eventually will score. You'll hit eventually. It may take 100 times, but you'll score. So same way if you have a malicious actor trying to brute force your accounts, if you give them unlimited attempts, they're going to eventually get in. So we have our policy outlining the maximum number of unsuccessful logon attempts allowed before account is locked. So whether that's 3 attempts, 5, obviously the lower the better. We don't want to go too low because it is common for users to forget their username and password, but you do need to establish what that threshold is. Technical solution, if we're using Active Directory, Okta, Oracle, those are going to be our identity and access management solutions where someone has to authenticate first before being permitted to the system. Then we got our policy, we have our system configuration showing the settings for account lockout in your account management software. Audit log. So for example, in Active Directory, you can show, okay, what are the settings, or in your policy, in your access control policy, you can have their configuration settings for password and lockout outlined. It could be, for example, artifact that you can produce for evidence during your CMMC level 2 assessment. And then there's audit logs that are going to show that accounts were locked out after exceeding unsuccessful logon attempts. For example, if your policy says that users are locked out after 3 unsuccessful logon attempts, but the audit logs show that someone attempted to log in 8 times into a system and they were not locked out, then we see that technical control is not working. Long story short, yeah, we need to fix that. We need to ensure that the lockout is being enforced. Our assessment objective, the means of limiting unsuccessful logon attempts, is defined. ChatGPT, how do we go about doing that? So we can involve specifying a maximum number of failed attempts before lockout. We can use software that support automatic lockout like Active Directory. have that section of our access control policy that references lockout. Screenshots of the configuration and also training material. Make sure that employees are aware. Okay, the second assessment objective, the defined means of limiting unsuccessful login attempts is implemented. Whoops, so this is an example where we're using ChatGPT 4. I've reached my limit. So it's telling me try again in essentially 2 hours, but I'm not happy with that. So we can simply just hop over to ChatGPT 3.5. And since I do have the ChatGPT Plus, I have unlimited with 3.5. And it's still gonna give me the same quality, it'll be faster. Since I am jumping over, I do want to provide ChatGPT again with that initial prompt, just to give it the context. Again, now I'm in 3.5 versus ChatGPT 4. So I started a new conversation. I should be able to start just with that assessment objective and get guidance. So yeah, as you can see, ChatGPT 3.5 is a lot faster than 4, but as far as the reasoning that ChatGPT provides for that ChatGPT 4 provides is more advanced than ChatGPT 3.5. However, for our purposes, it doesn't make a big difference. So it does recommend solutions. It's a lot more verbose. I need to mention that. I want it to be more concise. But we have our account lockout thresholds, the duration, evidence, configuration, documentation, audit logs, incident response records. And giving that disclaimer, it's important to tailor these solutions and evidence to your specific system and organizational requirements. So yeah, ChatGPT is just providing you guidance, but it's not the definitive final version. You want to always tailor it to your organization. So now we've gotten guidance for the practice and the 2 assessment objectives. I want to prompt ChatGPT to show me an example of what that lockout configuration would look like for a system. So show sample lockout system configuration. So this is kind of an example of what the configuration picture can look like. So we'll have a maximum of 5 failed logon attempts. And the system will be automatically locked for a duration of 15 minutes. And you would obviously adjust that to your organization, whether it's 15 to 30, but I think 15 is pretty common. And then it progressively gets higher as we have more lockouts. So say the person attempts to log into the system, they have 5 unsuccessful attempts. So that counts as the first lockout. They have to wait 15 minutes. Then the second lockout, if they get locked out again, they have to wait 30 minutes and so forth. Then after that 5th one, it needs to be manually unlocked by an administrator. So we would adjust this according to your organization, taking that risk-based approach, whatever that threshold is for your organization. But this just gives you an example of how you can go about setting the configuration. In order to close out this video with a project plan, I just need to let ChatGPT 3.5 know in this conversation what I need for 3.1.8. So yeah, just let me know how do I satisfy 3.1.8 and put in the project plan. And you see ChatGPT 3.5 can do it as well. So we have our task description, control, and evidence. Policy, requirement analysis, user notification. So communicate to that user that exceeding the number of failed attempts, they'll be locked out. Our technical implementation. We need to test and validate and monitor and maintenance. So having those SIM logs. So it's a high-level project plan. Okay, we've completed ACL2-3.1.8, limit unsuccessful logon attempts. I hope that this video gave you ideas of how you can use ChatGPT to provide you guidance on how to satisfy that practice and the 2 corresponding assessment objectives, and also ways that you can prompt ChatGPT to help you create the artifacts needed for your evidence. I'd be thrilled if you provide any comments or feedback that you have on this video, any requests for special videos you would like to see me make. Also, you can reach out to me at dphillips@aspirecyber.com. Always happy to answer any of your questions. I'll be back next time with 3.1.9. Thanks for watching CMMC Automation. I hope that you got a lot of value from today's video and you use ChatGPT to automate your CMMC efforts. It's going to save your company a lot of time and money. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me at Aspire Cyber. Also, you can leave your questions in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe because it helps out this channel immensely. I really appreciate it, and good luck to you on your CMMC journey.